All right, welcome back to New Little Life. My name is Allison Tolman. I'm a breast pump expert and a coach for working moms. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Eufy pumps. All right, these are two wearable pumps that have come to the market in the last 6 months or so from the time that I'm filming this. They actually have some really interesting features, some things that we've never seen before, and I'm really excited to talk with you about them today because they are kind of advancing some of the technology in wearable pumps, and I think it's in a really good way. So let's talk about those today. If you are going to be pumping's going to be part of your life, please make sure you're subscribed because that is what this channel is exclusively focused on, is pumping support. And we really are helping more specifically working moms. All of you who are pumping can benefit, but for working moms specifically, we do have a coaching program called Pumping for Working Moms. And it is a place to get long-term help in balancing this transition back to work. So if you're here because you're looking for a wearable pump because you're going to be going back to work and that's going to be part of your life, there's an application down below where you can learn a little bit more about what we do and see if it's a good fit for you. Long-term coaching has a lot of benefits, but I'll send you down there to check it out. Okay, so let's dive into these two breast pumps. They are quite similar, but they do have some differences as well. So one of these is the S1 and the other is the E10. And those are just kind of the models that they've given to differentiate them. The backs look a little bit different as well. So let's start with the S1 because it's kind of cool and has some cool features. This is a really exciting pump because it has a new feature that we have never seen before, and that is a heating element inside the flange. So there's actually an element that goes along the top here on the inside. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but I actually cut away some of the part of it just to see what was in there because I was curious on the other pump. And it is really high quality, really well made. I'm actually really impressed at, I don't do this kind of tech. I'm not an engineer and stuff like this, but this actually looks really, really well made. And honestly, I was just curious. So really, really cool. There have been some studies that have shown that warmth during pumping can help with better milk flow and better milk production. So this is not like a new concept of adding warmth, but I've never seen it placed in a flange like this before. I think initially when this pump came out, a lot of us professionals were a little concerned, like, oh my gosh, you're putting heating stuff on the breast, on the skin. What if it overheats? What if it causes burns and things like that? But we haven't seen any of that. And honestly, after diving into this, there's quite a few safety features in here that are fail safes for that. Like they really thought of that. So I'm not concerned at all. It also doesn't get that hot. So pretty cool. Anyway, I really like that feature. This material also on the inside of this flange is something that I've never seen before. It is a softer material and it's, I don't know, I've never seen it before. It's almost velvety. That's kind of a bad way to describe it. It's just not as sticky as what we usually see on a breast pump. Okay, so the E10 has a more traditional soft style flange and this one is soft again too, but I don't know. I actually really like it. I really like it. Okay. It's very seamless. It's going to hold back enough of the tissue to give the nipple freedom to move, but it's not going to be as sticky as what we usually see. So really, really cool as well. Another really fun feature about this breast pump, which we haven't seen before, is this charging case that it comes with. Oh, there's the charger. We've had cases for wearable pumps before, but not one that has the ability to charge the pump inside of it. Okay. So you actually just place your pumps in here. There's a little magnet charger right here. Okay. And then a magnet charger there. So you're just going to place your pumps in there and then this light starts flashing because it's charging. Okay. The cool thing about that is you can charge them both at the same time. I was actually just talking to a mom on one of our discovery calls earlier today, and she said her wearable pump was kind of annoying because she had to charge one at a time and she never could remember to do that. So actually really cool. And then you can plug in the case into the wall. It'll tell you how charged it is. This one is about half full. So you can potentially extend the life of your battery quite a bit just by having this case here. They actually are really secure in there and I haven't had any problems with that before. This company actually makes a lot of other products. They make some vacuums and some baby monitors and things like that. So technology, I think, is kind of where they started. And I feel like they've taken a lot of those concepts from other devices and things like that and put them into a breast pump, which is why we're seeing some new things here that we haven't seen before. This isn't necessarily a breast pump that's copying other pumps. A little bit of it is like, we've seen this design before, right? With the motor that comes off the top, but some really cool and innovative things. I don't know why this is so hard to get off, but you know, we've seen this setup before. You've got the little backflow protector here. Although this feels sturdier than most of the other ones that I have played with. So really high quality part, really sturdy there. Then you've got the little valve in there as well. So all the connectors are like these fancy magnetic things. I don't know, really, really cool. Looks like it holds 5 ounces. And again, the design we've seen before. So let's talk about some of the other things that this pump is doing. If you already have this pump and are kind of learning how to use it, one of the things I will say is you can either use it really simply or you can get fancy and complicated with it if you want to. This is a smart pump, so it does have an app that you can connect to and you can actually control the settings via the app. There's also more settings if you're using the app, okay? So here on the top, you've got a power button, and then you've got your plus and minus, obviously, to go up in suction. This little temperature thing here is a heating element, so that's how you can turn on and off the heating element, and then you can switch back and forth from stimulation and expression mode with that button there. So you can just use it like a normal pump, stimulation, expression, and those cycle speeds in that were pretty fine. They kind of went from 90 down to 52 in stimulation mode, which is a little bit slow once you get up to the higher sections, but it's fine. And then expression mode was just fine as well. Okay, but if you want to get fancy, you can actually open up the app and it will do some really cool stuff in there as well. Actually, let me go ahead and open up my app for you. Okay, so inside the app, you actually have a few different features you can choose to do the cycles with, okay? So I'm going to show you that right here. So there are 4 different rhythms that you can choose from. So the first one is, they call it max. I don't know why. This says for moms who want the maximum output. I'm not sure that's actually what's going to happen, but let's just talk about it anyway. So this is actually a really common pattern that I see in a lot of pumping, okay? So you've got 1.5 minutes of stimulation mode and then 7 minutes of expression mode. 1.5 minutes of stimulation, 7 of expression, 1.5 minutes of stimulation, and then it's going to finish up that 30 minutes in expression mode. So basically you're going back to stimulation mode 3 times to try and get 3 different letdowns, all right? So that makes a lot of sense because we want multiple letdowns in a session, right? Is that going to give max output? Like, I don't know, but that will kind of let you put this mode on and not really have to think about it, right? Because a lot of moms are switching back and forth, which you can do, but this might be kind of a nice automatic thing for you. Standard rhythm, it says, is for moms who prefer traditional electric pumping suction pattern, all right? And this would basically be like turning on any other pump and just hitting go, especially if it auto switches to stimulation mode after 2 minutes and then just letting it go. This is not a typical pumping session that I recommend because we do need multiple letdowns in a pumping session. And that tends to be an area where a lot of moms are falling short in their pumping experience and not getting the output that they want and the milk supply that they need. So while this is what a traditional pump does, I don't always advise that you use the pump like that. Usually we're going back and forth between stimulation and expression modes, but that mode is there if you wanted it. They also have gentle mode. They say for moms who have sensitive nipples. The suction on this mode wasn't necessarily less, but I think it's going into stimulation mode less often. Sometimes that fast kind of sensory experience that you have in stimulation mode, not doing it 3 times, this one only has 2 times, a little bit longer in that slower expression mode. So maybe that's what they were going for, but if you find that mode works nice, that would be good as well. And then natural mode, which they say for moms who appreciate the natural sucking rhythm of a baby. And I don't know how they decided that. This probably isn't what I would call like natural, but whatever, I don't care what they called it. This mode actually probably is my favorite one. This is most likely to kind of give you good output. I see a lot of moms using their pumps like this anyway. So it's got 5 minutes in stimulation, 5 minutes in expression, and then back and forth like that for 30 minutes, okay? So it is going to probably trigger additional letdowns by going back and forth into stimulation mode, but it's kind of keeping you there longer as well. So kind of giving your body these alternate signals and going back and forth can sometimes just trigger your body into sending a lot of milk. So that actually probably is the rhythm that I like the best. But again, you have some different option here to kind of play with, which is fun. Like I said, this is only if you want to get fancy. You can also just go back and forth however you like to do it using the pump. So you can start the pump there. It's going to track it for you, which is pretty cool. I think you can also adjust the suction right on the app if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. You also have the option to do slow, fast, or medium cycle speeds in every suction level. I'm trying to hear if it changes. I don't really hear it changing. Oh yeah, it is. So you can do that as well. You also can turn on the heating element if you want. Again, it really wants you to make sure that it's securely set up, that it's going to work right. Like I said, there are a lot of fail safes in this and safety features to help make sure that it doesn't overheat and funk. But I haven't heard of any problems like that. If you've experienced it, put it in the comments. But you can also set that timer for the heating element and choose the temperature. I probably would just leave it on the default. So there you go. It does actually say that it will consume more power by 10 to 20%, which is, I think, even cool that they wrote it on here. Like, obviously it will, but cool that they're trying to like give you that information as well. You can also set the timer and say, how long do you want to pump? And kind of just let the pump do its thing. And then by utilizing these different modes that they have on the app, you probably actually, this is one of the only pumps where I think like you might be able to set it and forget it. Is that ideal in pumping, that we're not paying attention at all and we're just like doing everything else? No, but sometimes that is reality, and sometimes that's what moms are looking for. This pump has actually made it way more likely that you would be successful by setting and forgetting it. Okay, so I actually think this is really cool. You can actually manually, I just forced it back into stimulation mode again on its own. Anyway, really cool. I only have one pump set up to it right now because I actually don't want to put my other pump on it because I destroyed it in my experiment. But you actually can hook them up together and then you can sync them together. So you actually have the option of pumping with different settings on each side. So right now this is on left, but you can easily click it to right and change the settings on that one. So you can have different settings on each side. Some people don't like having different speeds and suctions on each side, so there's a button right in the middle there where you can actually sync it as well, where they're doing the same thing. So really, really cool options there. Again, you've got battery, heat. It will also track the milk for you, I believe. Does it? I'll double check on that. So really, really cool options. I'm gonna go ahead and pause. This pump just has advanced a few features, right? So I also really like the carrying case. This is an optional add-on though. I think it is an extra $100 if I remember right. So if you wanted to get this pump with the case, that would be the Pro version. Otherwise, that's the only difference between the Pro and the regular. Right now, the Pro is $349. And then just the S1 without the case is $239. It's about $110 difference. I actually love this. If I had the money to like spend and was willing to do it, I would definitely get it. I love that you can charge it in the case. The case has a battery and extend that life. So for instance, if you took it out on a day of traveling, you wouldn't have to only rely on the battery that's in the pump. You also, well, you got to have a case anyway to carry it, but you also have it charging in the case. It's just so cool to me. I hope we see more features like that, more cases like that on the market. So after looking at all of the programs on it, the cycle speeds, the patterns, things like that, kind of listening to user reviews, I actually really like this pump, and it has quickly become near the top of my list on wearable pump recommendations. So really, really cool. Again, it's only been on the market for about 6 months, so we always do need to kind of just see how it goes and hear people's experiences and what they're feeling. And our Facebook group is a great place to share those experiences and ask questions like that. We get a lot of, that's all we do in there really, is talk about breast pumps, which is kind of a fun place to be. I'm liking what I've seen. It's a pretty trim model. The suction on that pump, I think that's kind of the last thing I wanted to touch on there, was kind of at the low end of acceptable. So not a problem at all. And I honestly don't think it's going to cause any problems, but they actually just did a recent update on their firmware and the suction is actually performing a little bit better, which is great too. Anytime you have a smart pump, it's good. But it also, can be a downside too. They can change the programming and how it functions and just send out an update and then now it's different. This pump has done that a couple times, sent out updates. Again, that happens a lot like that, not just this company. But they've been minimal and like improvements, like little bug fixes. What I don't like to see is when they change programming or major things. But so far I haven't seen that. So just so you know, that is just a downside of a smart pump in general. There's another video on the channel talking about kind of the pros and cons there, which I'll put for you, but I think it has some advanced programming and some advanced features that we haven't seen before and that I'm really, really liking. So the E10 is also a really nice option. This is also a more affordable option. Let me just double check right now. It's $169 and they've got like a $20 coupon. Okay, so you can potentially get it for $150. At that price, this is a really good pump. This has less bells and whistles, okay? So it doesn't have the heating element, has that soft silicone flange like you've seen this before. It does have a little bit extra, I don't even know what to call that, grip there by the nipple, which I actually do really like. It also comes with a cover, which you're probably going to need because the soft silicone stuff just does kind of collect fuzzies and stuff, okay? One thing to note with both of these pumps is that this seal around the outside needs to be really sealed for it to work, okay? So make sure that you take extra care to make sure that that is sealed all the way around before you start using it and get it seated on there really, really well. It says a 5-ounce container too, same backflow protector and valve there. And this one has similar buttons, slightly different, but really you've got the power, plus and minus for the vacuum, and then stimulation and expression, okay? Again, a really nice option as well, especially if you are looking for a more affordable option. And I don't know, so far I've been impressed with this company. It's a pretty low profile and sits well in the bra. Again, they've been out for 6 months, so we need a little time to kind of play with them. But so far I really like them. Oh, one thing I was going to check are the replacement parts on the website. This is something I think is really important to always check, is how can I get replacement parts for the pumps that I use, especially if it's a newer pump to the market. First, I want to know, can I even get replacement parts, and what is the cost? Anytime you have wearable breast pumps, that's always something, well, any breast pump really, but wearables in particular, it's like, how much is this pump going to cost me to run on a monthly basis is always something you need to check. When it's new to the market, sometimes they are slow to get the replacement parts out. So that's always something before you go and buy this. Just double check on the website and see, are these replacement parts available and are they affordable? I'm having a hard time finding replacement parts on the website, but I'm going to keep looking and digging, and if they're there, I'll put a couple links down in the description for you below. So overall, my thoughts on these pumps are pretty positive. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic, kind of just waiting for any problems that come up, especially in our Facebook group or in the comments down below. That's a great place to explore. If you've used these pumps, let me know what you think. But I like that they have the simple options and the more advanced options. For me, especially when I'm working with clients, particularly inside of our coaching program, I like having options. I like that someone could use something really simply if they want, but if it's not working or we need to optimize it, the fact that we have options to do that and to kind of figure out the best settings and the best techniques and programs and things like that makes it really attractive for me as a clinician working with clients. You know what I mean? If I were having my own babies, this would be something that would be really tempting as well. I'd probably go with the S1 with the heating element, just because I know that for me personally, which I don't share personal stuff a lot, but heat does work better. Like, I do get more milk out and it feels more similar to an interaction with my baby. So I love that feature. I love that we're exploring new technology in the world of breast pumps, and this wearable pump is definitely high on my list. Either of these really, kind of depending on which features are most important to you. So we'll keep you updated on this pump. We'll put some shorts down below if we make some additional shorts on updated information, and obviously that's all on the channel, so hopefully you're already subscribed if pumping is part of your life. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments down below of this video. I love responding to them. It's a great place for you to go and explore as well more information on this pump, real user reviews, okay? If I can help you long-term in a coaching style, let me know. Like I said, there's an application in the link down below. Otherwise, good luck to you and happy pumping.